Me question if I really did say something wrong or do something wrong and should apologize. If I should not have gone out with my friends that day, if I had should have asked him for permission first, or I didn't reply to his text fast enough, or if I should and I really question if when I should stand up for myself, if I should apologize or just not say anything at all. He would always throw back statements like, "Well, that's your problem, not mine." Or ingenuine apologies like, "Well, I'm sorry you feel that way," that oftentimes just dismiss my feelings. Around this time, two of my best friends were also struggling with their mental health. Because our school doesn't talk about mental health at all or any resources, you can imagine as a 15-year-old having never heard of this before, I didn't know what to do. I thought this was just sadness, like another phase, and if I was a good enough friend, then they would get better. I didn't understand that mental illness was so much more than that. And I didn't reach out to anyone else, and neither did they. And eventually, it led them to being hospitalized after their suicide attempts. For me, I fell into a deep depression, not understanding why my friends would do such a thing. And instead of gaining empathy and support from my boyfriend, he just told me that everyone has problems and to get over it, that I should just focus on my schoolwork and not spend so much time worrying about them or caring for them or, letting them just handle it on their own because they were, again, like distracting me from my goals and my future and my schoolwork. And so, not having heard about mental illness or even knowing that I was in an unhealthy relationship, I fell more and more alone in my depression. And it led to me self harming and having these suicidal thoughts. I felt really hurt and numb and just so lost. For 3 years, we were dating on and off. And I should have known the red flags of constantly breaking up after a fight, getting back together, and basking in the honeymoon period, only for another explosive fight to occur again. I didn't realize this was what the cycle of abuse was. But no, I fell into this trap of thinking I loved him and he still loved me. And I thought if I loved him enough and he loved me enough, that love can fix or cure anything because love is enough, right? But this wasn't love. This was about power and control. There were so many signs in those 3 years that should have warned me to leave the relationship. But the moment that it finally clicked in me that this relationship was wrong was when it led to sexual assault. The red flags of emotional abuse were there all along for all those years, escalating to that pivotal moment. But our society doesn't recognize emotional abuse as wrong. We were only taught to recognize that physical or sexual abuse was wrong. In reality, emotional abuse can be just as, if not more, detrimental because the signs aren't as apparent. They can be hard to recognize, but it is important to understand them before it's too late. It should have never had to result in sexual assault before I realized I deserve better than this. Because at the end of the day, love shouldn't hurt. When I went off to college, I really struggled with the trauma and I didn't understand why. I thought it was just because I was more of an emotional person, and since it was my first relationship, I just thought that I was just sad of the breakup. I didn't realize that what happened to me was sexual assault and that it was not consensual, but also I didn't realize that emotional abuse was not normal of relationships. One day, I came across a video on Facebook, and it was one of the workshops that the One Love Foundation created. And for those of you who don't know, the One Love Foundation is a nonprofit that strives to educate about healthy and unhealthy behaviors and how to identify abuse. It was founded after Yardley Love, a senior at the University of Virginia, was killed by her ex boyfriend. So when I saw this video, I was very triggered. But for the first time, I also felt validated and seen. One Love's 10 Signs of a Healthy and Unhealthy Relationship gave me a language to talk about my experiences and showed me that what I went through wasn't right and it wasn't normal. But oftentimes it does get normalized and just overlooked as something that doesn't matter. And with the supportive community of young student leaders at One Love, I began recovering from my experiences, learning to love myself better. One Love showed me how I can turn my pain into a passion for helping others. And as an ambassador for the One Love Foundation, I am passionate about educating others about healthy and unhealthy relationships because it can quite save a life. The trauma I experienced from my relationship left me very depressed and suicidal, and One Love's powerful content and community saved my life. I never thought it could happen to me, and I thought the term domestic violence only applied to married couples. But like Vickiana mentioned earlier, 1 in 3 teens experience relationship abuse, and most of us don't know how to recognize the signs or how to help others. Pop culture and social media, and even our own culture and family dynamics growing up, often skews our perceptions of love. Oftentimes, we get attracted to the kind of love we grew up in or are familiar with, not knowing that it isn't healthy. So we stay in those relationships thinking it is normal. And that is one way that generational trauma may develop. On the other hand, even people who have been in very stable, loving families can still fall into unhealthy relationships because emotional abuse is so difficult to recognize and can escalate into real safety concerns. But regardless of that, even just looking all around us, all those magazine articles of how to get the girl, the dramatized Hollywood romances, or tips on how to play hard to get to make the guy chase after you more. We laugh and read at all of these for entertainment, but our society romanticizes love and normalizes unhealthy behaviors so much that we don't even realize we may be perpetuating those behaviors too. At the end of the day, relationship health education is relevant to everyone. We're all in relationships of all kinds, whether that be dating, friends, family, or colleagues. These conversations shouldn't only be brought up in the dating sphere. Additionally, I understand how the words abuse or intimate partner violence may deter some people from thinking it is relevant to them because what they're experiencing isn't extreme enough. But at the end of the day, we all do unhealthy behaviors, but that doesn't mean we're abusive or toxic people. The goal of relationship health education, having conversations around these issues, is to bring greater awareness in how we treat others, to set healthier boundaries, to understand what healthy love means and what it looks like. With this pandemic and all the social unrest going on in the world, this world can definitely use a lot more healthier love. So I hope my story can emphasize the importance of relationship health education and inspire more conversations around these issues. To parents and educators, I hope my story urges the importance of having real, nuanced conversations and safe spaces to explore these issues. Not just relationships and consent, but mental health, LGBTQ issues, and conversations about race and our identities. It may seem like we are protecting the youth by not having the hard conversations, but it's more important to equip them with the knowledge and resources necessary to tackle these issues. I know that I would have really benefited had I known about the terms of mental health and relationship violence when I was back then in high school and had known the resources and who to reach out to. We don't need to wait for the person themselves or a close loved one to be affected before we start caring. I hope we can also just work together to equip parents and educators with the tools and feeling comfortable with having these conversations. And last but not least, to all the young people listening, to anybody who may have resonated with my story, if you're in an unhealthy relationship or were in one or is trying to move on, for those who are in difficult home situations with their families during quarantine, and just for anyone feeling alone or helpless and struggling with the mental health, please know that you are not alone. People, please show more compassion towards yourself and know that you are doing the best you can each day and know that there is help and there are people who care. Please reach out to friends, and friends, please reach out to others as well. I know this past year of quarantine has been really hard, but it'll get better, and I know you're all so strong. So thank you so much for listening to my story, and thank you to the RespectFest team for having me.
Thank you so much, Katemanee. Your words were so powerful and so moving. And I hope that everyone that's participating today can take something away from what Katemanee said, whether you're experiencing something yourself or whether you have a friend or a family member that's in need. You can be there to support them. And there are so many ways and so many resources out there for support. We're really fortunate that Katemanee is going to be available on Instagram Live on Wednesday night at 7 o'clock at Choose Respect Montgomery to answer your questions. And you can submit your questions through the link that Smitha just posted in the chat. But please feel free to reach out to her via the form that is posted, and I know that she'll be available to share more about her story and what she can help you with as well. So thank you again, Katemanee, for your incredible words, how you were able to break out of an unhealthy relationship and really become an ambassador for healthy relationships. We're so grateful for your time with us today. Coming together, educating ourselves, putting this message out there are critical ways to combat teen dating abuse. We want you to know what abuse looks like so you can help yourself or a friend or a family member in need. We need your ears to hear what your friend might not be telling you, and your eyes to see what might not be visible to someone else. And we want you to know how you can help and where you can go for help. As a part of that effort to put this message out there, for the past 7 years, the Family Justice Center Foundation has sponsored a public service announcement contest that challenges teens in our community to create brief videos on some aspect of teen dating violence. On some aspect of teen dating violence. This year, we received an overwhelming number of entries, 349 entries, from 443 teens, from 69 different schools, and from one organization. Really amazing participation and engagement. And what I think about in terms of your choosing to engage and make these videos is what you learned, what information you can bring to others. We took a lot of time to go through those 349 entries and basically choose the top 5. It was hard. There were so many fantastic entries this year. And what's going to happen is that winners will be announced on social media each day at 3:30 p.m. The first place team will win $1,000. The second place team will win $750. Third place, $500. And there will be 2 honorable mentions that will receive additional monetary prizes. We're pleased today to show you the top 5 favorite videos. As you're watching, I want you to keep in mind that you will have the opportunity, teens, you will have the opportunity to vote for your favorite video of the top 5. You can vote on our website at Choose Respect Montgomery, and the fan favorite will win an additional $500 prize on top of whatever other prize that they win. We already have over 9,000 students that have participated in the voting, and the voting will remain open all week so that you can contribute your vote, and the winner of the fan favorite contest will be announced on Friday. We look forward to showing you the following 5 videos. Boys Will Be Boys by Juliana Ruffer and Jillian Dove from Martin Luther King Jr. Middle School. False Reflections by Annalise Jung from Rockville High School. Guys Can Be Victims Too by Asher Anatham from Eastern Middle School. I Promise by Saron Meliku and Natasha Dow from Paint Branch High School. Love Should Never Hurt by Yifan and Yixwan Lee from Poolsville High School and Tacoma Park Middle School. Thank you so much. And if we could have the opportunity to show everyone those videos now, and voting is open. Go to the link at the bottom of the screen to vote for your favorite video. And voting closes on Thursday. And as I indicated, the winner will be announced on social media on Friday at 3:30 p.m.
Ever since I was a little girl, I was always told boys will be boys. Oh, he just wants to be your friend, they said. It's okay, that's just his way of showing he has a crush on you, they said. As I grew up, I started to believe these excuses more and more. He just thinks I'm pretty, I told myself. He loves me. I should be grateful, I told myself. But boys will be boys, right? If someone you know is suffering from an abusive relationship, please seek help from the following sources.
Maybe I did. Should I apologize for that? maybe she is. She's everyone's dream date. Maybe I am wrong for that. Well, maybe I do need to free up some more time in my schedule for him. I'm such a bad person. I'm untrustworthy. I need to be better. I know she's prettier. I'm not worthy. I'm a disgrace. He's right. He's right. He's right. He's right. Just like a mirror reversing what comes in front of it, abusers can manipulate and say things that convince victims to believe they are in the wrong.
What's wrong with you? Why are you always so sensitive? Stop eating so much. Don't you want to look like her? This was your fault, not mine. I'm the best you'll ever get.
Hey!
Hey, what's up?
Wait, are you okay? What is that on your face?
It's nothing, I'm fine.
No, it's not fine. What happened? He hit you again, didn't he?
It's really not a big deal. Just leave it alone.
Natasha.
Oh, look, he texted me. I told you everything would be fine. He texted me, I'm sorry about earlier. I promise I'll be better.
Oh, like he said last time. And the time before that. And
listen, I promise I'll be okay. I love him and he loves me, and that's all that matters. I promise it won't be like last time.
Dating abuse is never okay. If you or anyone you know is experiencing domestic violence, please call the Montgomery County Family Justice Center.
Everyone knows love has its ups and downs, but should it ever hurt? Dating violence is a serious threat to millions of teens in the U.S. every year. It occurs between two people in a close relationship.
Dating violence can be physical, psychological, in person, or electronically. Some common dating violence include hitting, kicking, insulting, stalking, texting, or posting pictures online without permission. Dating violence can cause many serious consequences. Victims are more likely to experience symptoms of anxiety and depression, start using drugs or alcohol, or become antisocial and start to steal or lie.
If you or someone you know are experiencing dating violence, consult a trusted adult or call the Montgomery County Family Justice Center at 240-773-0444.
It's important to be in a healthy relationship because love should never hurt.
Really incredible work done by so many students in our community. And what's even more incredible is that all of the students had to follow physical distancing and rules under COVID, and really get creative with the way that they were creating the videos. And I am so impressed with the outcome. And I think that these videos highlight some of the things that I was mentioning earlier, that teen dating violence can happen to anyone. We have, boys will be boys, And we also have boys can be victims too. And we also have the fact that it's irrespective of your gender, sexual orientation, race, ethnicity, dating violence or domestic violence can happen to anyone. And one of the biggest takeaways from this week is that, you are not alone. That if you are impacted by domestic violence or by dating violence, teen dating violence, you are not alone. There are many resources in the community, and we're going to share a little bit more about them later in the presentation. For now, you're going to have the opportunity to hear a little bit more about the incredible programming that we have coming up this week. We're hoping that the slides catch up to where we are so that you can see exactly what programs we have this week. And here we go. We have an incredible week of events ahead, and I'm going to turn it over to Smitha Varia, who is managing sort of everything today and always, and she will share with you the incredible activities and things ahead that she and the Student Advisory Committee have put together.
Thank you, Debbie, and thank you everybody for attending. I did want to start out by letting you all know I see a lot of questions in the chat and on the question and answer. To earn SSL hours for this event, you need to complete all the activities and all the sessions that you'd like to do throughout the week. And then the SSL hour form is on the RespectFest website. It's in the green box at the top of your screen, and that's where you'll be able to log in your SSL hours. So I wanted to start out by just letting you know all the wonderful events that we have planned this week. On Monday, which is tomorrow, obviously, we will be announcing the honorable mention winners. We have 2 honorable mention winners from the video contest on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. At 5 o'clock, we have a Jeopardy session that is now actually full with 30 participants. And then at 6 o'clock, we are going to have a workshop specifically for parents, a guide to teen dating violence. That session for parents will only be in English. We will have a Spanish speaking session on Thursday. On Tuesday, we will be announcing the 3rd place winner for the video contest, again on social media. The One Love Foundation, one of our great partners, is going to be facilitating a workshop specifically for middle school students called Relationship Goals, Navigating Healthy and Unhealthy Friendships and Relationships. And then at 7 o'clock, we are going to be having a yoga class by one of our great members, Cheryl Kravitz. On Wednesday, we'll be announcing the 2nd place winner on social media again. At 6 o'clock, we will be holding a workshop with one of our other great partners, the Jewish Coalition Against Domestic Abuse. And it's a workshop for anyone that works with young people. You could be a teacher, you can be a counselor, you can be a youth group mentor, whoever you are. If you work with young people, this workshop will go over how to address and how to see the warning signs of dating violence, and then how to help the young people that you work with. At 7 o'clock, we will have our Instagram live, Katemanee, our wonderful survivor speaker. So just log in to @ChooseRespectMontgomery on Instagram, and she'll be answering some questions. At the end of this webinar, you will be getting a thank you email, and on that email, there will be a link to the Google form if you'd like to ask any questions to Katemanee. And on Thursday, we'll be announcing the 1st place winner of the video contest. We will be having a workshop for parents, specifically in Spanish. And then at 6 o'clock, we're going to also host another Jeopardy session for high school students. That workshop has about 6 or 7 more spots in it. So if you'd like to, please go again to the website. The link is at the bottom of your screen, and register for that event. And then on Friday, we will be announcing the fan favorite winner. I did put the link in the chat. So please make sure you vote. And at 6:30, we will be hosting a self-defense class by Defend Yourself, again, one of our other partners. I'm now going to pass it over to Vickiana, our chair of our Student Advisory Committee, and she's going to go over some of the other non-scheduled events and scheduled events that students can do on their own.
And I would also add, before Vickiana talks about some of the asynchronous events, that if you want to participate in the events that Smitha just described, please go to our website and register. You're not going to be able to sort of just log on directly through the website. You have to go to the website, click on the link there, and you'll get a Zoom link, just like you did for today, for the interactive activities that are going to be going on during the week. Vikiana, if you could share the next piece of information. Thank you.
Yeah, so in addition to what Smita just discussed, middle school and high school students can do activities on their own online all week. We have crossword puzzles, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, fill in the blanks, scenario quizzes, and music activities, and a lot more. So when the students participate in any of the Zoom events or do the activities on their own, they can earn up to 5 SSL hours. To report your SSL hours, I know there was a lot of questions about this in the chat. You need to go to the SSL hour form on the link below. I think maybe we can put it in the chat again. And then you can complete all the activities and fill it out. And then you'll be able to get your SSL hours through there. Students will also be automatically entered to win our raffle prizes. So we're going to be giving away 2 AirPods, Kava gift cards, Amazon, and Uber Eats gift cards as well. And yeah, Smita.
Great. Thank you, Vikiana. And I also wanted to also mention that usually during our live events, we have wonderful community organizations join us for what we have as a community resource fair. Of course, since this is virtual, we have created a virtual community resource fair. So you can go to our website again and learn about other Montgomery County community resources at the virtual resource fair on our website. And now I'm going to turn it over to 4 of our wonderful student advisory committee members. We've talked today a lot about dating violence, about seeing the signs, how to help a friend. But then the next step is, where do you go to get help? Montgomery County has wonderful free resources to help anyone that is living with abuse, that knows somebody that is being abused. So they're going to go over 4 of the main resources in Montgomery County. And again, these will be, these are also linked on our website if you need any assistance. And so I'm going to pass it over to Annika, who is going to start us off with our resources.
So first we have Montgomery County Family Justice Center, which provides assistance to anyone 16 or older. If you're under 16, then you can still receive services, but a parent or guardian must be present. So they're located in Rockville, and their phone number is 240-773-0444.
The Montgomery County Victim Assistance and Sexual Assault Crisis Line is 240-777-4357 and is open 24 hours a day. You need a parent if you're under 16.
And we also have JCADA, the Jewish Coalition Against Domestic Abuse, which serves anyone ages 14 and older. Their phone number is 1-877-AA-JCADA.
And lastly, there is the National Dating Violence Hotline, and their number is 1-866-331-9474. You can also text LOVE IS to 22522 or chat with them online at loveisrespect.org. Now I'll be handing it over to Debbie.
Thank you so much. And thank you again to our incredible student advisory committee, again, who has really driven the content this week. And I also want to say thank you to our amazing intern for the Domestic Violence Coordinating Council, Danny, who came up with a lot of the activities that the students have the opportunity to participate in this week. I see that there are a lot of questions in the chat sort of about some of the procedural things that are going to happen this week. So we're going to take a moment before we conclude to answer some of those questions. Question number 1, Smitha, is how do we know if we are entered in the raffle? How do we enter into the raffle? How do we know if we win the raffle? If you could share that information with our participants, please.
Absolutely. I would definitely want to know how I can win some AirPods or some gift cards. So what's going to happen is we have the registration information from all of the sessions, from today's session, from Jeopardy, from yoga, self-defense. When you also do the activities, which are on Google Forms, you will also be supplying us with your name and your email address. Every day, we will be picking names basically out of a hat or probably out of an Excel spreadsheet, and we will be emailing the winners if they have won a raffle. So we will be awarding 2 AirPods We have many Kava gift cards, Amazon gift cards, and Uber Eats gift cards. So that information from the raffle, you will be entered automatically when you fill out the Google form when you do an activity, or from the registration that we get during these Zoom events.
Smitha, when the students fill out the Google form when they do an activity, is that how they get their SSL hours?
No, so there are two steps. You go on to do the Google activity, which might be the scavenger hunt or the scenarios quiz. You register for these events like today's, the Jeopardy, the middle school workshop. Once you complete all the activities that you'd like to do out of the week, it could be 1, it could be 5, it could be all of them. I think we have 17 different things. Then we want you to go to the SSL form, which is in a green box on the RespectFest website. Click that, and then you will be able to choose which activities you have done. You can choose up to 5, and then you will be awarded up to 5 SSL hours. If any of you participated in the MCPS Mental Health Awareness Week earlier in the fall, it is similar to that process.
And Smitha, how many activities do students need to participate in order to earn 5 SSL hours?
So to earn 5 SSL hours, you have to do 5 activities. So if you'd like to think of it as doing basically 1 activity or 1 workshop on Zoom, counts for 1 SSL hour. So if you participated in today's webinar, you have now earned 1 SSL hour. However, you will still need to fill out the SSL hour form. Now, we want to make sure that you only fill out that SSL hour form only once. So that's why we want you to complete everything you'd like to do over the week and then fill out that SSL hour form.
So students should keep track during the week of what activities they participate in so that they'll be prepared to fill out the SSL hour form at the end of the week. Is that right?
Exactly.
Okay, fantastic. So to answer one of the attendees' questions, which was, do we have to attend all events to get 5 hours? The answer is no. You have to essentially do 5 activities or events total in order to get the 5 SSL hours. Now look, some of those activities may take you less than an hour and some may take you a full hour. It will be up to you to decide. I would say to you that, as Smitha said, there are 17 different programs this week. So, you have an opportunity to learn a lot and to be able to then take that information to others. As I mentioned earlier in our conversation, when you learn things this week, I would really encourage you and ask you to then promote this information and to publicize this information on your own social media, if you have social media, so that you can share this information, just like Katemanee did today. Her sharing her story is so powerful. If you want to repost or reshare something that Katemanee said today, say, I heard this young, amazing woman speak today about her experience. If you're experiencing something like this and you live in Montgomery County, here are some resources. Or if you live anywhere, go to the national resource to get help. All of that information is provided in the chat, as well as on our website. Now, I did see a question that someone asked, what if I don't have social media? All of the activities you can access through our website directly. The only things that are happening on social media are the Instagram live conversation with Katemanee on Wednesday, as well as the ability to see who the winners of the contest are. But we will also be posting the winners of the contest on our website. So you'll have an opportunity to see them there, as well as watch the videos. And I believe, Smitha, correct me if I'm wrong, the videos you can also see through our website through the ability to vote. You can see the videos there as well if you want to re-review them before you post your vote. Is that correct?
That is correct. And I'm actually going to pull up the website right now just to show everybody what it looks like. I hope you all can see it. So this is the RespectFest website. You can vote for the fan favorite video right here. These are all of our social media handles. This green box is the SSL hour form. Now, I will reiterate, please only fill out this form once you have completed the activities you would like to. These are all the activities you can do on your own. So these all lead to different Google Forms, and then you would put in your information here, and that's how you are entered into the raffle. Then, along with these activities that you can do on your own, this is the schedule of events. So if you are interested in if you're a parent and you're interested in the workshop for parents, this is where you would register. If you are interested in the workshop I'm looking for one for students. Okay, if you are interested in doing the middle school workshop, this is the information here on how you would register. So on the website, we have all the information. Again, this is where you vote for the fan favorite. This green box is the SSL hour form. And then these are the asynchronous or activities you do on your own. And again, I do see some questions. Each activity or workshop earns you 1 SSL hour. So if you do this activity on consent, you get 1 SSL hour. Participating in today's webinar, 1 SSL hour.
Okay, I hope that answers your questions. I see that there have been requests for the link. It is available in our in the chat right now. I think one was just posted to actually the MCPS website, which then can link you to our RespectFest website, or you can go directly to the RespectFest website. It's easy. Google RespectFest Montgomery County, you will get right to our site that way. So please, please access the content. Join us for all of these incredible activities this week. Everything that you learn and everything that you share with others makes all the difference. One of the big issues, and Katemanee addressed this earlier, is that so many individuals who are experiencing teen dating violence or domestic violence, they feel alone, they feel ashamed, they don't want to share with anyone that this is what is going on behind closed doors. You have an incredible opportunity here to help others know that they can share, that you are someone that they can tell about what's going on, because you are educated, you're knowledgeable, and you're there to support them. You're not there to tell them what to do, you're not there to fix it for them, but you're there to support them, and you are armed with the resources that they need in order to get help. And I would really say to each of you, really importantly, don't try to be the one that fixes the issue, be the one with the information on how the person can get help from a professional or from a trusted organization or entity. So again, you don't need to be the one to fix it. And I'll tell you something that I think about all the time and in the work that I do as a prosecutor is that when someone is experiencing domestic violence, the last thing that we want to say to them is, you should leave. Why don't you leave? What are you doing? That's actually the exact opposite of what you should be saying, to be honest, because that individual is already being controlled by their abuser. So you saying to them, you should leave. Why are you staying with that, jerky person? Why are you doing that? That is just another mechanism of control. Instead, you say, I am here for you. I support you. There are some amazing resources in our community. Let me help connect you to them. Know that I will be by your side every step of the way. Those are the words you can use. Those are the words you can choose. And we're going to talk a lot more about that in the workshops during the week that you can access. And I'm sure Katemanee will be sharing more information about this in her Q&A on Instagram Live. I want to thank everyone for participating today, for joining us. A special thanks to our Student Advisory Committee, to our Choose Respect, RespectFest 2021 Planning Committee, to all of our public officials who joined us today, and all of our nonprofit partners. Really, all of your support makes every bit of difference in enabling us to spread this message. And to the Family Justice Center Foundation and to CAVA for supporting us monetarily today and supporting us with, the resources to be able to provide those raffles, to be able to provide this content to you today. So we are just so thrilled and honored that you chose to spend an hour of your time today on a Sunday afternoon to learn more about this important issue that affects so many of us. As you recall from the beginning in the poll question, 1 in 3 teens are directly impacted by dating violence. 1 in 3 teens. So please remember that. Please access this content. Please join us. And again, I cannot thank you enough for being here with us today. Have a wonderful afternoon, everyone.